I appreciate the extra set of eyes around here. I really do. Especially with some nut job robbing all these movie stores.
It's my pleasure. Okay, I've patrolled these parts for quite some time. I know them like the back of my hand.
I fell in love with a client of mine.
Who am I gonna tell, man? I got warrants.
I'm a detective.
Okay, I'm just joking about them warrants.
Bingo.
I had a case for you.
At least give me your name.
From detective.
Hey. Normally I'd let you keep walking, all right? I need the money. So what's the deal with the guy you're seeing? Your boyfriend?
I just don't trust him anymore.
You always seem to assume the worst of a situation.
I wanted to make love.
Have you been tested recently?
You're really bad at this, huh?
Their name is Mort.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm pretty bad at this.
I can pay you off.
Hey, detective, you saved our lives.
I'm just doing my job.
He's become a completely different person.
Freeze! Get your hands up!
David.
Who's David?
I wonder how long it takes to clear a gun purchase. Do you have a gun for sale?
Are you 12?
12. The cops, the police, the feds.
Guns. I don't see any guns.
What about the wall of guns behind you?
I'm sorry, Mort.
We just put the gun down.
Listen, I already cocked it. I gotta shoot somebody.
Do you love me?
Yeah, I do. I love you.
Let's run away together. Let's leave tonight. Right now.
Okay. Maybe you have the wrong address.
Boom, there you go. That was the trailer for The Private Eye, arriving in theaters on February 9th. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. And joining me, I'm so excited, is the legendary Eric Roberts and the lovely Eliza. Thank you both for your time today.
Hi.
It's a pleasure to meet y'all, chat with y'all. Big fan, Eric. You've been in the game a long time, and now here you are as Matt Rife, who I've enjoyed as a comedian. I think this is like his gateway into doing like feature work now. Is in this weird comedy thriller film, and when I saw your name on there, I'm like, comedians, and then Eric Roberts, who you can make people laugh. You have a long list of amazing work, but I was curious to see Eric Roberts in here, and you're only in the trailer like for just a second or two. What can you tell me about working on this project, Eric, as Edmund?
Matt Rife, as we all know, is a comedic genius, and he's a lot of fun to know, a lot of fun to work with. And I made this movie because he's in it, and I wanted to be in a Matt Rife movie, and that's kind of what happened. And it's basically a love story that goes awry, and it's a lot of fun to watch. And Matt kills it. Matt, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Matt Rife. So it's a lot of fun for me to talk about him. This movie is about a woman who hires a private investigator, Matt Rife, to find somebody who she thinks is somebody that they aren't. And it gets very confusing, but it's a lot of fun to watch. And they have a tryst, and then it leads to all kinds of trouble. And Matt is just fun to watch. That's what everybody to see the movie for.
Definitely, and hilarious, as we all know. And a heartthrob, he makes my loins go a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. There's a shirtless scene that we saw in the trailer. I'm like, okay, Matt, I see you. But with you, and in this role, we see you. I don't want to spoil anything, but it looks like you're in a jail cell when we meet you with him. What can you tell me about Edmund and the character you play?
If I talk about my guy at all, I'm going to say too much.
Okay.
So I just have to tell you that once again, I'm playing trouble, and it's a lot of fun.
I love it. So it looks a little bit of a throwback, and you being, a legendary actor, it has like Casablanca feels. It's a whodunit, in its in the way it plays out from the trailer. I'm curious, is it kind of a throwback in a way, in the way they shot it, and just the way the story kind of goes?
They wanted a 70s feel to it. Yeah, so a good catch. That's right.
Awesome. Well, you just look outstanding in it, and I can't wait to see how it plays out. I want to dig for more, but like you said, it would spoil, and we don't want to do that. What can you tell me in regards to when you worked with Denzel Whitaker, when you worked with Eric Griffin, Clare Grant, Matt Rife? What was it like working with that cast, and any knowledge they sought from you? Because you're the man, Eric.
No, they were shockingly grown up and prepared, and a lot of fun to know on a set in an on-set life, and yeah, they were very let's make a movie, Eric. And I was like, okay, I'm behind you, let's go.
There's also a lot of other history here. Elliot and Jack, I mean, Eric's done countless films with them. And Elliot, we always, I mean, going back to early Lifetime movies of Eric's, even though they're young, but Elliot was working as an actor and also in production. And then we just started to just do all of their movies. And I think, and then with Matt played Eric's son's best friend in a short film in Indy years and years ago, when we realized he was a star. It also was funny because he looked so much like a young Eric. It was, everybody was confused and thought he was playing the son. And we sort of took him under our wing, because at the time he had very, very big representation who weren't quite getting exactly what was there. So, he did one of the Stalked by My Doctor movies with Eric. He did a music video for Brett Young, which my son Keaton Simons is in. And
a lot of 6 degrees of separation.
But wow. We knew that this was going to be huge. And then introducing him to Elliot and Jack, just, 3 insanely talented young people. And Eric's he's always interested in doing comedy, just because it's just the natural segue. Think about it. Alec Baldwin, Charlie Sheen, those guys were all doing heavy dramatic work. Yeah. And then we found out they were funny. Eric, do you think you're funny?
I don't even think about it.
Okay, so sometimes they don't realize that they can be funny, but it's best for them to be funny doing the same serious stuff that they do, but in a crazy setting. And yes, you're right. The Private Eye is a classic kind of period piece, that kind of, I mean, even the word private eye, I don't think you use that word anymore.
Yeah.
So and both of these guys, well, and Elliot too, even when his hair was long, they all lend themselves to they have a timeless look. You can believe them. Some people just look contemporary. That's it. There's no way to, I mean, especially nowadays, one of the biggest things is if you do a period piece is covering tattoos. Everybody is so tattooed. When Eric was doing Babylon and they were casting those hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other artists, it was a big thing because it took place in a time when people weren't tattooed. And there are a lot of people who they would have loved to use, and they just couldn't cover the volume of tattoos all over their body. So yeah, this one they managed to pull off the period and stuff, and it's fun. We haven't actually seen the whole movie,
okay,
only like clips.
Yeah.
So that's we're sort of in the same boat as everybody who's listening to this right now.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited. I can't wait for y'all to see it as well. That actually, you made a question come into my mind, Eliza, as you were talking about young actors nowadays. As a young actor myself, filmmaker, tattoos. I'm sure you're a legend, Eric. Again, working with this cast and this young talents, do they seek advice from you, or do you have advice for them for the longevity? Like maybe not having so many tattoos. Anything you pass on to Matt and the rest of the cast?
No, whenever I'm asked this probably 4 times a week. What's most important thing? What is the one most important thing if you had to give advice? And I say, just be kind, And
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
A lot of times Eric will learn something from a cast member. Maybe it's a person who's not known or very little known. And Eric will genuinely flip out over them. He'll be saying to me or someone else on set, "Oh my God, that guy is so good." And the guy will overhear him and they don't even believe it. It even happened with one actor from a commercial. Eric went crazy for this hilarious commercial that was running for a while.
His voice. And
we were at the movies and we ran into the kid who did the commercial. And Eric went up to him and went, "Oh my God, it's you." And Eric was genuine and flipping out. And then the guy was with his friend. And the guy just was turning, blushing and, turning ghost white like he was going to pass out. And they said to Eric, "Aren't you Eric Roberts?" And Eric's like, "Yeah. Anyway, you were so amazing in your commercial." And I think the guy was stunned. So a lot of times it's more Eric almost going to them for guidance than them coming to him.
Oh, I feel that so much. I like TikTok with my daughter. Like, I know nothing about it. Like, my daughter has to teach me about TikTok. That actually is a great turnaround question. So like you said, we learn, what's the new stuff? I'm learning from my young, sweet 16-year-old. Working with these, what do they teach you? And I asked the question on the flip side. How about for yourself? What's some of the best stuff you're getting from these younger actors, Eric?
Patience. I'm getting a lot of patience. I learn how I watch them not be able to wait sometimes, and I can wait forever.
So so that's more something you would teach them. You have a 16-year-old. You
Yes.
look like you're 16, but with a mustache.
I appreciate that. I try to stay young and not let stress get to me. You look amazing, Eric. Eliza, thank you both so much. Again, The Private Eye arrives on February 9th. Why should people go see The Private Eye when it hits theaters?
Because Matt Rife is great.
Yeah, speaking of TikTok, I mean, there you go. It's just a heartfelt, really fun. These are filmmakers to look out for. And it's slim pickings in the movies. Most of the stuff is so depressing. This movie is not depressing. That's a good reason to go see it.
I can't wait. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of laughs. And Eric, it is such a pleasure to meet you. And Eliza, you as well. Thank you both so much. Everybody, Eric Roberts, Eliza, The Private Eye arrives in theaters February 9th. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's a cut. Recording. I'm gonna count us in to help me with my edit because I'm gonna be inserting the trailer right before this. So
Gotcha.
should I just introduce Eliza, the assistant, or?
No, I'm his wife.
Eliza, Mrs. Roberts, it's a pleasure. I am so sorry. Lovely.
Okay, don't have to say Mrs. either. That's for sure.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good to know. All right, let me count us in. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. Here we go. And a 1, 2, 3.